Silver here with another video on the 1969 Mustang. This one is going to be one that's long overdue actually. It's going to be to give you an in-depth look of this magnificent car. So I'll just start off with the interior because I'm already here. Put the seat back. Let's see. First, let's what's wrong with the interior. I don't want to go too nitpicky because then I'll just be here all day. But like, there's small stuff like this. This is pitted to the extreme. It's small stuff. It still works. It's functional, but it's just pitted, so that's aesthetic. I have the steering wheel, which I hope I fixed with some Q-bond. It's a rim blow, excuse me. It's not a rim blow. It's actually just a regular stock steering wheel. So there's a metal bar that goes around there, connected here. So you just push the bar, and the horn rings. I have the horn spring right there, and this is just a floor dimmer switch that I replaced because it was kind of rusted. I did it as cheap insurance. What else? The door panels, I have them. I'm gonna have to clean them up and reinstall them. Like, really clean them up. I have to clean up everything in here because even though the interior is pretty good condition for a car this old, it's that there's grime and all this black stuff on it. It's grime and moldy and all that. So I hope to get a really good cleaner and clean that up. The shifter, I have all that. I just took it out when I was taking out the carpet. I reinstalled the carpet in a hurry because it's a situation I won't really say, but now that I reinstalled it, I just left it like that because I'm that lazy. Interior wise, this seat, it's not bolted in. That's another reason from the rush I did. I just put it in and that's it. Seats needs to be clean because it has moldy stuff on it. Also, there seems to be some sort of hair on the carpet. Pet hair maybe, I don't know. I didn't own this car for 10 years or something. So, inside needs to be done. Door panels, horn, hook up the tubing for the heat and AC, even though the AC's pump is not connected to the belt system. Maybe hook up the radio. I really doubt it because it's going to be a waste of time since the radio only takes AM and that's it. And even then the speaker needs to be replaced because it's been almost 50 years now, and so the paper in the speakers shot up. I need to buy an instrumental cluster circuit paper because none of my gauges work. None of them. They used to work, only the oil pressure and the temperature, and that's it. But then when I took out the dash and the cluster just to check it out back there, I guess the instrumental paper was really green, corroded. And I guess for me fumbling with it, I just ended up breaking it, so it doesn't work anymore. The only thing that I know will work is the speedo, and that's because it's mechanically driven. It has nothing to do with the instrumental cluster printed paper. Is what else? The clock. Those clocks always break after 10 years. That's a common fact. Door panels. There's the trim for the right there, all the trim right there, most of it. That right there is for under the steering wheel. I took that out just so I can mess with the fuses and all that stuff. That headliner right there, I'm gonna have to either get a small needle and sew it back up because unfortunately I can't afford a new headliner, even though they're pretty cheap. But again, not made of money. It's a real budget build. Sew that up and maybe sew that one up somehow. The one all the way over there. Don't know how. Weather stripping. Need some of that. Right here. All the weather stripping is shot. Shot. So that's a high priority item because if I want to drive this car, I need weather stripping. So when I park it and it starts raining, that's not gonna get soaking wet inside and cause more rust and more problems. So this is just a prevention. See right here that the weather stripping is gone. What else? Interior wise, it's not much. Like, I could replace the carpet, but the carpet right now, it's doing its job. It's protecting the floors, protecting our feet. It's doing what carpet to do, you know? So I'm not worried about that. Another thing I guess would be to install this tack, because this is a 3-speed C4, not the green dot version, but a regular selective C4. So I would just, this would be first. It's like paddle shifters, but you know, right here. Most modern cars have this. Most of them. Most people don't use it, but I actually like this feature. So this would be first, second, and then third, or drive. So if I just want to drive automatic like this is supposed to, I would just put in drive. So this is neutral, and this reverse, and this park. Car rolled back a bit because it was at a park. Don't want to hit that car behind me. Interior wise, it's not much to be done as in function, only cosmetics, because the car right now, it's pretty nice inside. At least, at the very least, that my lights work, the dash light and this light works. So when I'm driving at night, I could have at least know how fast I'm going. The courtesy light down there works, courtesy light there works, courtesy light in the dash works, courtesy light in the ashtray works. But the thing with that, I think a fuse is broken or something, because it's always on when I have the headlight. When I have the headlights on, it's always on. I don't know if it's because this is stuck open, I have to fix that, or if it's actually supposed to be like that, but that's probably a power drainer at night. What else? Not much. Another thing would be, but that would be for later time, that the rear seats, when I cleaned them out, there were rats chewed all the fluff. So the rear seats are rather uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable, actually. But they work for the purpose, which is to let people sit on the ground, excuse me, to sit in the car. It doesn't have to be the most comfortable, but it's still doing its job. So I'm not too picky about that. But this carpet will have to come up one day, so I can clean everything up good, and then put out all the seat belts in, because this is a seatbelt hole, seatbelt hole, seatbelt hole over here. That's really it for now. Inside, not much needed inside. It's functional. It doesn't look good, but it's functional. I guess that, replace that if I wanted to. Alright, so this was the inside of the car. I'll just give you a small zoom around so you can see it. Those are lights, ignition, wipers. It's a parking light right there. Alright, so next video will be the outside of the car, engine and stuff like that.